everyone, this is Darcinovia here, and this is my review on 3 issues, 2 of which focus on Princess Leia, another on Darth Vader. Now, the first story I'm reviewing is a story arc, which is 2 issues, the A Little Price of Home, and in this, story arc, this focuses on Princess Leia when she meets people from her childhood, and in this story, we get a glimpse of some of the Alderaanians, how at least one of them, how they felt about the destruction of Alderaan, because as I talked about a few years ago with Razor's Edge, not all Alderaanians were happy what Leia did. Some of them blame her for the destruction of Alderaan, and they want nothing to do with the rebellion as a result. This story, I as much as I enjoyed it, I don't know, I didn't see the connection between Leia and this person that she had a romantic relationship with, prior to her, joining the rebellion. I don't know, honestly. I think I could skip this story over and not miss out on much. Again, it's one of those. It sucks. This is one thing, a common thing with me when it comes to these comics. Anything that does not focus on, the main characters from the movies, those stories are great. But this that focus on characters are from the movies, not much can really happen in this particular timeline. Now, the follow-up comic, for me, which Target Vader, which I think, even though it's 1 issue, I actually enjoyed it far more than this comic. I mean, well, it's Darth Vader, and this is back in the days prior to, Lucasfilm not freaking overusing Vader, and well, I think the artwork speaks for itself. I think it's beautiful. This is Darth Vader, trying to get a person that is good at getting information, and he is running low on patience. And in this particular comic, there's these group of, I think they're called Felinians. I think that's their names. If I butchered that, I'm sorry. That have a vendetta against Vader because of what he did to their homeworld. Now, if you've read Shadows of the Empire, it actually, gets into that with Prince Caesar and how he hates Vader for what he did to his people. Now, this is a very short story, that no one's going to succeed, but I do enjoy the story nevertheless because, Vader constantly being reminded of the things that he's done in the past. And I do think this is a really good comic, despite it being very short and only one issue. And I think it's a huge improvement over the other comic. And I don't really have much to say about these 2 stories. The first comic, I reviewed. The artwork I think is okay. I mean, I know artwork is something I bring up a lot in these comics, but it's all right for me. It looks like your stereotypical 90s artwork. I don't think it's bad. I personally prefer the second issue, at least the second story that I reviewed, considering the artwork here is beautiful. I think it's far superior because it feels like there's movement, and it feels like you can actually easily see the movement in this comic from page to page and panel to panel, while the other ones, it kind of feels stiff. So yeah, I give the first story a meh rating and the second one good. Now, the second, the next time I review these, I'm going to be reviewing probably more than normal, considering the content. There's not enough for me to justify a standalone review. This is Darcinovia, over and out. May the Force be with you, and see you guys next time with another video. Later!